Hey everybody, Cursey is here with more Empires and Allies. Now, I was asked to give my opinion on the War Factory and its upgrades. Now, when the War Factory was first rolled out, I missed the opportunity to spotlight it on my channel, and discuss it since then. So, I guess I will go ahead and give a discussion of its upgrades. Now, first of all, like, one of the things you can do in the War Factory, which is the most useful, is purchase the rare loots every once in a while. I really suggest that you just purchase the rare loots every day instead of going for other purchases, unless you have a... Because, like, why would I want to pay $900 for the Air Med Drone Hive, which I'll get to that in a minute. So, let's go ahead and start off with the, from left to right here. So, the Alpha Offense units. Basically, this gives your troops a boost to their HP and attack power. Kind of just like your strike forces, but, but on a much lesser scale. And it makes the troops look different, gives them a different skin, and they, attack a little differently. Which is cool. Well, they don't entirely attack differently, they just look cooler. Which is pretty good. Like, you combine this with your strike forces, and it makes your tarmac troops extraordinarily strong. So I do suggest, like, buying this one once in a while, as it is useful. I hit the wrong button. Anyway. Next is probably the best upgrade you can buy, which is the Stealth Generator. Stealth Generator is a building you place down in your base somewhere, and it puts out a stealth field that stealths everything in it. Buildings, walls, the Colossus, etc., including defensive troops. Now, the best thing about the Stealth Generator is that the field is not limited to just around the Stealth Generator. You can actually rotate that field around the outskirt of the Stealth Generator, and you can stealth, like, from right here to, like, over here. Well, I don't think it goes that far, but it'd be like from here to probably to where my Alliance Reserves is. Speaking of Alliance Reserves, anyway, so from there probably over to the Alliance Reserves, if not like to the edge of this artillery here. But still, it's very useful, as like it'll let you hide things like your Colossus, and hiding your Colossus is actually a very good strategy, as your opponent won't know if you have it or not. And hiding things also like your Metal Rain and your railguns will be useful too, as they won't get obliterated right away. Although later on, I think like in the upper echelons, Stealth Generators don't really matter that much, because your opponent's just going to drop a nuke in its vicinity anyways, and the Stealth Generator won't have any real impact. So, but for right now, Stealth Generator, like pre-nuke, in all the pre-nuke HQ levels, Stealth Generator is probably the best. So, bonus command points, this is very self-explanatory. You get an extra 10 command points to use for every battle for 24 hours. It's very good. You should, I think you should buy it. If not, if you don't already have a ton from like events and stuff like that. So, Guard Tower rockets. Now this is arguably one of the worst, but I don't think it is the worst. My opinion is that it makes the Guard Tower more pliable as a defense, in the fact that the Guard Tower not only shoots the bullet at ground troops, but also shoots a rocket at them, now dealing extra damage, and it allows that very same rocket can be shot at aerial troops. So drones and Apaches get targeted by your guard towers. So to me, that's pretty good, especially for if you consider the drone meta in the upper echelons going on right now. But I believe the drone meta in the upper echelons has a lot to do with the nuke more than it does the drones at the moment. But I'll get to that one if I ever get there. Now, Patriot ground targeting. To me, this is like probably the second or third best boost, as it allows your Patriot missiles to target ground troops, which is even better in my opinion, because the Patriot already does a lot of damage, and allowing it to target ground troops is pretty good, especially since the Patriot, we're going to go over here, the Patriot has one of the longest ranges of any tower on your defense. So that makes it a very good like first response defense. The AirMed Drone Hive is arguably to me the worst of every upgrade. It has one thing going for it, and that it looks like while it's hidden, it looks like the ion cannon. That's all it has really going for it. If you have one of these or more, like you can have more than one of these, which is what makes it good for hiding your ion cannon. So you can have like a couple of these out there along with your ion cannon, and your opponent will have to waste CP trying to pop the ion cannon. Now, the ion cannon is the best of all of this for two reasons. Number one, it's a high damage defensive structure. It deals a lot of damage, but it has a minimum firing range, kind of like the Metal Rain in your artilleries. But the other thing that's good about it, though, when you attack other bases, you get a free orbital strike, which is awesome, because orbital strikes cost 10 CP, and the first one is free. So you get one for free, and then one that costs 10 CP, and you're just going to do a lot of damage with 2 orbital strikes. So overall, ion cannon number one. Number one defense, NA. Anyway, the domed alpha defense. This is the ugliest, in my opinion, the ugliest. Not like the worst, but it's the ugliest boost you can buy. There's a lot of reason for this. Even though it's a 3-pronged boost, what it does, it makes like your sentry guns shoot further than they do now, which their range would be compared to probably that of the dome, almost. I think it's only like a 10% boost in range, but still, it's a lot, and it's almost like the dome. Now the Thells will charge up and wind up their attack faster, like 50% faster, which is really good. Don't get me wrong, that's really, really good. And I don't have any aerial defenses down, but the aerial defense will be allowed to target ground units, which just means that since it attacks up to like 3 or 4 attackers at the same time, that makes it pretty good. Now what makes this ugly though is the fact that domes already don't have the best DPS, especially against tankier foes, with the exception of the Thel laser, of course, and even against air units. So, like honestly, I believe the aerial defense needs a buff, like more DPS, or it needs to fire faster. I don't know which, but it needs to be boosted. So really, that's what makes it ugly, is domes already don't have that much DPS potential. In fact, domes, when it comes to airstrikes and all that, domes are like the lowest priority building. They have a lot of health, which helps them make them a low priority building, but also the fact that they can be easily EMP'd or just taken out like that. So it makes the dome alpha configuration, just uglier than it looks. But it's not the worst, but it's not the best. That's for sure. And I believe that's all of them. Yep, that's all of them. Now, other things you can purchase from down here, you can get, you can get elite caches and Patriot ground targeting You know, this is a random boost from here, except for the ion cannon. Like you'll get either like a Dome Alpha, a Patriot ground targeting, or guard tower rockets for 360 points. You can also buy component caches, which will have, which you know, this one I don't get for 600. You'll get like 3 or 4 different components. When for 3 components, you could just get 3 for 370 over 3 days. You can just purchase them right here. So that's my opinion there. And of course, this one, the Airmed, it's either the Airmed drone hive or the ion cannon that you get. For 900 though, I wouldn't purchase an Airmed drone hive though. I don't know. It just doesn't seem right to me. Now, as far as it goes, like I said, you know, the best ones are the best ones, and the worst ones are definitely arguable. Like the worst ones, arguably, would be like guard tower rockets, alpha configuration, Airmed drone hive. Although I do believe, personally, my personal opinion is Airmed drone hive is the worst. But it has, since it looks like the ion cannon while it's not deployed, is the only thing it has going for it. Some of these, like I'm gonna say right now, some of these are missing something, probably to make them better. Like guard tower rockets and domed alpha configuration, probably are missing like a stat boost, like either more HP for guard towers with the guard tower rockets, or more attack power for the guard tower with the guard tower rockets, or more DPS with the domed alpha configuration. That would be my opinion, but that's all it is. It's just my opinion. Feel free to take it for what it is, but I'm going to stop the video here because it's 12 minutes of me rambling on about these. So if you're new to the channel, please make sure to like, subscribe, and comment, and share this video with your friends. And as always, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. And I will see everybody in the next video. Bye-bye.